So anyway, I was in Reno at the golf tournament. Every year they do the golf tournament in Reno. So I had said, this was before Panini signed Charles. I said, I'm going to get Charles Barkley. This is like a 6-minute story, but it's really good. So anyway, I had a good connection through Hank Haney, the golfer, and I went, and he was playing with Charles that day. So I actually walked the course with him. Now, this seems hard to believe, because the idea of me walking 18 holes, let's be real, doesn't seem feasible today, but that's how bad I wanted Charles Barkley. So anyway, I walk the entire day with Charles. Charles is like, oh man, it's good to meet you, Brian. We do some business, whatever. So anyway, now I sound like Bub from last week.
You do.
But anyway, we walk the course all day, and I'm like, oh golly, I'm gonna get this deal. I'm gonna offer Charles $1 million.
$1 million.
Lock up Barkley, this is sweet. So then Charles like, oh man, I'm tired. Why don't you meet me in a casino tonight in the high limits? So I was like, okay, fine. That was a little less like Bub, a little more like Barkley. But anyway, so I went to the high limit blackjack room, and I'm sitting by the table, and I'm watching Charles play. And I always carry like a little rolly bag with me when I go to shows and stuff. But I had $200,000 in cash in my bag.
Yikes.
So I had $200,000 in my bag, and I'm thinking, if Charles will just sign this stupid contract, I'll just pull out the cash and give it to him here in the casino. So anyway, Charles is gambling. He's playing like 10 or 20,000 a hand. I'm like, oh my God, this guy, wow. So he's playing. Immediately he's down like 200 grand. So like my chops, I got like salivation coming down. I'm so pumped. So anyway, his bodyguard slash helper James is next to us. And so I say to James, hey James, Charles will sign the contract now. It was $250,000, not 200. I said, I got $250,000 in my bag. James said, in your bag? I opened it, showed him. So he goes over and whispers in Charles' ear, hey, Brian's got $250,000 in the bag. You just want to sign this thing and get it over with. So Charles said, just 1 minute. Charles went on a hellacious run. Just destroyed the table. And like 15 minutes later, he's up like 300 grand. I'm like, mother effer. Then he's like, hey, I'm out. You know, I'm going to go get something to eat. So he goes to get something. He says, hey, let's talk at the golf course tomorrow.
Oh, jeez.
So I already killed myself walking 18 holes. So the next morning, show up at the course. Hey, Brian, how you doing? Let's do some business. So anyway, that was Bub again. I kind of let him slip in at the end. So anyway, we go walk the course again. I don't know how I made it. It was like running a marathon for me. We get done. He says, meet me in the high limits. Meet me in the high limit blackjack tonight. I'll meet you in the high limit. We'll get a deal done. I'm like, perfect. Take my little rolly bag, roll in the casino. I'm waiting. He goes down like 150,000 again. I'm like, yes! I didn't want him to lose, but I was like, yes! I got a chance here. So I go to James. Like, hey, James, $250,000 in the bag. All he has to do is sign. James says, let me go talk to Charles. Goes over to Charles. Next thing you know, Charles wins like 250 grand again. I don't know what the hell happened. He won like 250 grand. Charles says, I'm going to go get something to eat real quick. So he goes into the VIP room, which is right where the high limit slots are. So I go walk in there with my little rolly bag, and I'm standing there like a moron for 30 minutes. First off, I love Charles, so I'm a fan anyway, so getting to hang out with him for 2 days was pretty cool. But I want him to sign this freaking contract. So I stand there with my bag, and then I think, hold on, I just want to check the money real quick. So I bend over, and I check for the money, and somehow behind me, I get like a spanking like worse than I was a kid and did something horrible. Someone just beat the crap out of me, just gave me a spanking epic. I turn around, and it's Charles Barkley. And he says, Brian, you can't bend over in a casino like that. And I was like, oh, God. Okay, I said, can we just do the deal? He goes, just give me a minute. Next thing I know, I hear him rapping on the hotel casino speaker. He had got to some stage where people were performing and just started rapping. So then I walk to the stage to go see him, and he disappears with some people of the other gender. And so I never saw him again. Next day at the golf course, he's hurt so bad. He's like, oh, let's just talk when I get home. Never talk to him again. 6 months later, Panini signs him. But the good news in all that crap I just spewed is that Charles Barkley spanked me. And that's one of those things when people say, have you ever? I can say I've been spanked by Charles Barkley.
There you go. And we've been spanked by you now.
That story, at least.
Yes.
But it was